Hey everybody, welcome back to Small Talk Japan. On this show, we talk about all things Japan in English. My name is Mitch. I'm here with
Alex. Hello.
I'm here with a very, very hungover Alex.
You're hungover as well.
But I'm more ganky than you are.
Because you're used to it, that's why.
Because I'm used
Because you're used to going out till 3 o'clock in the morning.
All right, well, first of all, let's roll that intro. So we went to Hiroshima. We were there doing some shooting a video of these people talking about sake and stuff like that because they have like this very special sake there. It's like a promotional piece. Mm-hmm. And then you and I decided to go out after that.
Yeah, we did.
And it was like, do we go home or do we keep drinking? And I think every single time the answer was just like, yes.
Let's go to some more bars.
And so there was quite a lot of ingestion of alcohol yesterday.
Yeah, and then ramen at the end, so that's all good. That's why I sound absolutely god awful this morning.
Well, it's your pretty voice. It's your pretty voice.
It's my TV voice.
But the most amazing thing about our trip to Hiroshima was when we were sitting there filming. It's like you sat across two, let's just call them guide-like people. Okay? Yeah, they're trying to PR the region, and one of the guys just goes, "You know what, Alex? When people think of Hiroshima, they think of the A-bomb."
Yeah.
It's just like, what are you saying, lady? What she wanted to say, she fucked up her English. What she wanted to say, you think of the Peace Museum and the dome. And she's thinking like, that there's more to Hiroshima than just that. But the way that she said it was just like, oh my God, cut. Just like,
she goes, all kinds of people can drink this sake, even ladies.
Even ladies. And she kept digging on ladies.
Yeah, I was like, I know ladies who drink a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of A-bomb, we got some news on this. So critically acclaimed A-bomb manga Barefoot Gen excerpts removed from Hiroshima school curriculum. So, sorry, not Gen, Gen. There's this guy named Gen, Barefoot Gen, and he's they have this what would you call it? Like moral education. Mm-hmm. Where they go over, the effects of the war on the Japanese people and stuff like that. In I think junior high school, and they show them there's manga and stuff like that in their textbook that teaches them like the hardships of after the war.
Right.
And so like basically the idea is like let's never have a war again. Let's always be a peaceful nation. Anyway, so. So there's this excerpt, there's this part of that was this guy by the name of Barefoot Gen, which was a guy named, which was, the series was written and illustrated by Hiroshima native Kenji Nakazawa. And he was 6 years old when the bomb was dropped, and most of the people he knew did not survive, but he survived. Mm-hmm. And this is his, like, kind of his take on his recollection of what had happened after that that terrible day. But anyway, taking as individual excerpts, though, the board feels that it may be difficult for young students to easily process, making it hard to fully convey the hardships people were plunged into because of the war. So it wasn't that the Board of Education didn't like the talking about war and stuff like that. It's just like this was kind of more of an artistic, a little bit too confusing for the kids, and let's make it more simple. So that was removed, and that's big news. Did your kids ever get any of this kind of education?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Then they brought homework back occasionally, and I kind of looked at it and thought, "Oh, that looks hard."
I was sat there. I don't remember what the occasion was. I was sat there for something at your house. We were having dinner, and then we had some wine, and then everybody's kind of a little bit tipsy. And your daughter comes over. She's like, "Can you help me with my homework?" And you send her to mom. And then mom's like, "I have no idea." It's like simple ass math. It's like junior high school math.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Nope, send it to mom." She's like, "Nope, comes to me." And I'm like, kind of lit up. And I'm like, let's have a look here.
I can do history, philosophy, anything with letters.
Nothing with numbers.
Not the numbers. I'm not good on the numbers.
So I was pretty lit up, and I was like, I think I'm doing this right. And I asked her the next time I saw her, I was like, how did that go? She's like, I got them all right. I was like, that's good. Good. Drunk Mitch did a good thing.
I don't touch maths. No need.
See, already you got it wrong. It's not plural. Why do you guys do that, you Brits?
Mathematics.
Yeah, that's what the whole word. We just say math.
Yeah, that's because... What?
Speaking of math, Japanese in hot water for bathwater bacteria 3,700 times the limit.
Jesus Christ, where's that?
Here we go. So, I'll just read the whole thing. A century-old ryokan traditional inn in southwestern Japan has only been changing its hot spring bathwater twice yearly.
Fucking hell.
Leading to, I don't even know how to say this, Legionella bacteria levels as much as 3,700 times over the standard limits, local officials said Friday. I'm not going to say their name. Yeah, I'm going to say their name. The Daimaru Besso Inn in Chikushino, Fukuoka Prefecture, which says on its website that its past guests include Emperor Hirohito.
Jesus.
Has been not changing its bath. It's supposed to be changing the bath water once a week, but it's been doing it twice a year. According to the Fukuoka prefectural government, a case was brought to light after whatever bacteria was found to have caused an individual who had visited multiple locations, including Daimaru Besso, to fall ill. A local health office inspected the onsen in August, detecting the bath area bacteria levels twice those allowed under the prefectural government ordinance. The inn at that time maintained that it was appropriately replacing the water using chlorine for disinfection. It also reported to the prefectural government in October that the bacteria levels were below the standards based on its own test. But an inspection in November by the prefectural government came back with bacteria levels as much as 7,000 times the acceptable limits.
That's a lot more than it should be.
What do you think about ryokan baths?
It depends on how clean they are. A lot of them, what?
Yeah, of course.
So, you're supposed to clean them a lot because you can get Legionnaire's disease, right? And all kinds of other nasty shit.
Yeah, you can get like ringworm and all this other crap.
Ew, ringworm as well. So, yeah, if it's clean, go for it.
Okay.
The trick is, you see, when you get in the onsen is do like an old man and just get a bucket of water and just pour it on your dick and then get in the bath like that. They don't wash the whole body like everybody else does.
Like they're supposed to.
No, they just literally dip the nuts in like a...
You ever see the guys,
tub thing.
We get really adult here, you ever see the guys and they got a bush, so you can't actually see it, but the balls are hanging out the bottom. So it's like a bush with balls on the bottom. As they're like, the old men just like walk around just like...
Yeah, usually it's like here next to my face when they're groaning and kind of rubbing themselves like that.
Okay,
too.
so if you guys don't know this, when you do an onsen, when you do it right, you walk in, there's like this line of showers and there's like seats. So you're supposed to sit your ass down, have yourself a little shower with the little hose. But like some of the older guys will stand up next to you, so it's like right there, eye line with you.
And going,
the bush and balls, bush and balls. And anyway, so then after you wash yourself, then you go into the onsen bath. You're supposed to be clean, and then you have yourself a soak, and then you come back out, do a rinse off, and then get ready and leave.
But a lot of people take a shortcut and just literally wash their todger and then get in.
Todger.
I thought you'd like that word.
But as you get older, the men start to care less and less about procedures.
Yeah. Well, anyway, talking about old men, I've got something about diapers here, so let's talk about that. Or nappies, as we call them in England.
Your wife sent you a mail yesterday before we started drinking, and she said, "I'm not changing your diapers." You don't remember this?
Oh, she did, yeah.
You don't remember this?
No, she tells me that all the time.
She said, "I'm not." So don't drink too much. Don't get yourself into like don't brain damage yourself or something like that.
Well, I'll just shit myself. It's fine. So, Japan recommends nurseries stop take-home practice for used diapers. So apparently, if you go to nursery facilities in some prefectures of Japan, you have to take home your soiled child's nappies.
Well, yeah, the kids will come out from class and they got their little baggie.
I don't
presents.
remember that. I'm pretty sure we didn't do that.
And then they say, please throw this away at your house. It's a way for the kindergartens to save money on throwing away.
I can't remember if we did that or not. I'm pretty sure we didn't.
Were you like around for your children?
I'm a good parent. What's wrong with you? I did loads of parenting.
What did your children learn? I don't know. Did you have to throw away their nappies when they're kids? I don't remember.
I can tell you their names, both of them.
I know which one's which.
I know which one's which, and I know that they were born on a day at some point during the year. Not quite sure which day it was. So a survey conducted in 2022 showed nearly 40% of 1,461 surveyed municipalities that run daycare facilities were asking guardians to take home used diapers. But yeah, they're going to stop doing it now, which is good.
Well, basically, like, enough people complained. And there's also, like, sanitation concerns. You don't want to have soiled nappies, like, coming home with you.
No.
So
there's only so much shit you can take, right? Before you stop taking the shit.
I don't know. Can you segue to your next story? What's your next story?
About travelers.
Okay, wait. Let's do the serious stuff and then we do the fun stuff. Okay, so Japan to signal illegality of non-consensual sex in crime rename.
What now?
So basically, they're deciding that rape, which used to be, is currently defined, but will be changing, as like forcible, unconsensual sex with a audible and like, I don't know, an ink on stamped no.
An audible ink on
I
stamped no.
don't know. Like they find it so narrowly.
Right.
That like, there's, and anyway, so they're redefining it. So there's like 8 new things that fall under the law. Basically, like if you pressure someone into having sex with you, or if you basically, it's the law is going to be closer to what we have in Europe, where it's like you actually have to say yes.
Right.
It's not an assumed yes with a maybe no. It's you have to say yes. Yes means yes campaign. That they did in Sweden and stuff like that.
What?
So basically, so that's the other side of the extreme. Like right before you have your fun,
right
before you do the ditty,
yes.
you look at her in the eyes and say, "Do you consent to this action?"
Oh my God!
And then she incons.
What a joke!
But this is a serious matter. So the latest revisions will change the requirement to making it difficult for the victim to form, express, or fulfill the intent to not consent. So basically, this is good. I agree with this, and I think this is a step in the right direction. So they're basically saying, like, if you know that you're using your strength or your position or your power to basically coax or force a person to do a sexual act that they don't consent to, or that they have trouble not consenting to, that is also rape, which is good that they're redefining that law. Don't say anything.
No, I'm not going to.
Going to go to the next topic.
I was looking up in the air to think in my brain, but it's not
Feature
working
film shine spotlight. This is also a horrible topic. Feature film shine spotlight on tragic death of disabled man. So this actually I didn't know about this until this story came out, and it's kind of annoying because I don't really like abusive policing. It's a thing of mine. Sometime around, so this is a documentary film was made about an incident that happened in 2007. So here we go. Sometime around 6 p.m. on September 25th, 2007, a 25-year-old was riding his bicycle home from a workshop he had regularly attended in Saga Prefecture when police officers attempted to stop him, thinking he had been acting suspiciously. Since Kenta, this is the person who the police stopped, had communication difficulties owing to his disability, he was highly autistic. The sound of the police's loud siren caused him to panic. He fled on his bicycle but crashed into a motorbike that had stopped for a red light. After Kenta stood up, 5 officers seized him and as he fiercely resisted and moaned in distress. His hands were cuffed behind his back and he soon fell unconscious. He later died at the hospital he was taken to. Acute cardiac arrest was determined to be the cause of his death, but the documentary that this filmmaker that we're talking about made claims that the injuries were discovered all over his body following the incident. So basically, the police probably kicked his ass, and that's caused him to have cardiac arrest, where he died in a hospital. When first questioned by a police officer over what happened, his father Takayuki was asked whether his son had been drinking alcohol or taking illegal drugs. After Takayuki told the officer that his son was disabled, the officer appeared shocked, he says in the film. He said it later turned out during criminal trials that none of the officers at the scene noticed that Kenta had a disability. Only one of the officers involved in the incident faced any charges, but he was acquitted. Ruling on criminal liabilities were finalized in 2012. So they made it, and the point of the documentary was to shed light that, and this is not a Japanese thing. This is a basically everywhere thing, especially in America, where police officers tend to bring more violence and more problems to a situation by escalating. And the de-escalation one, and also understanding that people have various needs. There's this really horrible story from America where a police officer pulled over an American who was deaf. And the police officer was shouting commands at this deaf person, but the deaf person couldn't understand him. And so the police officer goes and rips him out of the car and slams him onto the trunk of his car out of frustration. Right. Really, really injuring this person. Later, it came to light this guy was deaf and couldn't understand anything he was being yelled at him. So this is a life-threatening situation for this poor deaf guy because of this idiot officer who has no training. So I don't know what happened with these officers in Japan, but apparently, they didn't understand that people could have disabilities and wouldn't understand what they're doing and be resisting. Yeah. So hopefully this documentary will shed light on that. People will be,
I mean, the Japanese police don't tend to be that bad generally.
They do the burrito thing. Have you ever seen that?
The burrito thing. Yeah,
it's a thing. Maybe you can find a picture, Josh, but they do this burrito thing where if a person is acting in like aggravation or violently, they all show up with mattresses
Oh, right, and squeeze it.
and squeeze in and burrito them.
Yeah.
And so I love that. I think that's very good policing. As long as the guy doesn't have a weapon or anything, that's perfect. Like just burrito them, calm them down. You don't need to. Everything doesn't need to be immediately 9 times the escalation.
Yeah.
Because American police officers, it's like wow. What is that? What was his name? The Wiley. What's that cartoon Looney Tunes character's name?
The one with I know who you mean.
That's
The
always
red
shooting his
mustache.
guns.
Yeah.
Yosemite Sam. That's his name.
Right.
American police officers are basically Yosemite Sam. It's just so bad. So Japanese police officers are generally pretty good, but in this case, this is a Inaka prefecture. It's a countryside prefecture, Saga, which I refuse to go to because there's nothing there. And then we just passed through it today on the Shinkansen.
No one's going to give you any work from Saga now.
I'm kidding, Saga, you're great. Who would give me work in Saga? What is there to do there?
I could find someone to give you work in Saga.
They do Ika, squid.
Yeah.
What else?
Stuff. I don't know.
They do the balloon thing, the hot air balloon thing.
Yeah, hot air balloons.
That's about it.
Other stuff.
There's no more.
There's loads of stuff in Saga.
So did you find the burrito thing, Josh? Well, anyways, you guys at home, you can Google it. Wait. I got one more serious story. Let's do this one, and then we can
go ahead.
Man arrested for allegedly pulling down coworker's pants at a Japanese company party.
Allegedly.
Now I thought this was kind of funny until I learned and this made me kind of question why I thought this. Mm-hmm. But then I learned that the gender of the person who was depantsed was a female, and I thought that this guy's a dick.
Right.
Why did I do that?
Someone pulled my pants down once at a party.
How did it go?
I don't know. I just put them back on again.
The party was held at an izakaya pub. It's not a thing. Izakaya means pub. Anyway, in whatever, Fukuoka, another Fukuoka story. On the evening of February 4th, where a 27-year-old coworker stood up to get a plate, the man reached from behind, allegedly pulled her pants down below her knees. So that's when I was like, that's fucked up. Don't do that. Which made me think, why do I think it's okay to depants a guy but not a woman? It's kind of, maybe I'm being
sexist.
Yeah, got to think about this stuff. According to the police, between 10 and 20 men and women were at the event. That's a really fuzzy number. The woman immediately condemned the man's behavior, but he and the other male co-workers laughed at her. She then fled to the bathroom. The woman said, and this is so Japanese, even though it was a saddening and embarrassing experience, I returned to my seat to avoid causing a scene. While I feared reprisal, I spoke with police because the man's actions were unforgivable.
Right.
So don't depants a girl.
No, that's not
fucked up. Don't depants people, but
let's just not depants anyone, okay?
I've never done something like that. Like, I don't do, like, let's get drunk and bully people. That's just not in me.
Yeah, it wasn't bullying when they did it to me. It was more like singing karaoke and somebody undid my trousers and pulled them down. But
how is that not bullying you?
Well, it's a woman, so I
Speaking,
didn't mind.
Oh. See, this is what I'm talking about. You have to think about these things. This is just like sexism, I think. This is sexism.
Is that sexist? Who's being sexist there? Is that me or someone else?
You got asked to sing a song last night by a group of cute girls in a bar.
Yeah.
And they're like, sing an English song. And he's like, all right. And then they just didn't ask us to sing a song.
Well, because what?
You were terrible. You were better than I would have done.
Yeah, but I had a bit of a sore. You can hear it now. It's not my normal voice. So I was impaired vocally.
That was the weirdest experience. Sorry, I didn't get to this. So we walk into this bar we've never been to. It's just a bunch of girls.
I found this bar because I looked at the sign and just had a good vibe from it. It was on the 4th floor.
Oh God, can we talk toilets? Let's talk toilets. So I'm gonna send you this, Josh. So we went to this pub in it was an Irish pub.
Yeah.
In Hiroshima, and like I go to have a wee. And the toilet situation there had to be photographed. There was no one in the toilet when I took this picture, so don't worry. I didn't like.
I took that photo.
I went and took a better photo. I didn't like your photos.
Fuck's sake.
But anyway, if you're listening to this podcast and you're not watching on YouTube, basically say the word.
What word? Urinal.
These urinals or urinals, if you're a normal person.
No one says urinal.
Where like they were built in front of a window. So as you're having a wee on the 4th, 6th floor, whatever it was of this building, you're looking down on the people below.
And we checked this because we went outside and looked, and you could see 2 dudes having a slash. It was quite good.
Slash.
But the only reason we went there is because we went to another bar beforehand and then said to the guy, do you recommend anywhere? And he goes, oh, there's this place where all the foreigners hang out.
And we're like,
we were
nope.
Let's go there.
We're like, nope. We're not going there. But then we thought about it. We're like, that might be fun. So we went there. And they had good, what was this? Like potato wedges and chicken? I don't remember.
I don't know. It's an Irish bar.
All I remember was that the staff that worked there was like clearly Japanese or mixed.
Yeah.
And he spoke with this Cockney accent.
Have you seen Korean Billy on YouTube? Have you seen that? Look up Korean Billy. It's like a Korean guy who tries to do like this
Stand up. It is a stand up.
No, he does like a British accent, but he's Korean and it sounds really odd. But I think he sounded like him.
Oh no, the guy, he just had this like Cockney ass accent. I was just like, I was just, whoa, where did you learn English?
It's like, come in, good sirs. Something like that when we walked in. What is
he
this
kept
guy?
calling me sir. It was weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was called Molly's.
Molly something or others, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that Molly is a controlled substance in other parts of the world.
I don't know about that.
But anyway, so we went there, and that was not bad. But then we decided to keep going. And then I recommended us go to some place I found on the internet, and that was fun. But it was really, really cramped.
Oh,
there's
yeah,
so many
right,
people in
yeah.
there. So if we have COVID, we got it from there, for sure.
Why are you talking about COVID now?
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to get that.
It's for sure we got it from there. And then after that, I don't remember what was kind of fuzzy. And then we went to that karaoke bar that you found good vibes.
Yes. And then ramen.
But anyway, that karaoke bar was crazy because it's like all these cute girls. And then there was the master. And I was just like, what's your game on this?
Yeah.
And he was married too. And I just wanted to ask him, I was like, what you got going on
He was
here?
a good singer though, wasn't he?
He was a good singer. The girls were good singers. And they were all pretty young. And they were like, what do you want us to sing? I was like, shit from my childhood. So I was like, can you sing like Wada Akiko? And they're like, sure. And they're like singing songs that my mom used to sing when I was a kid. I was like, sweet, this is cool.
I just thought that was weird, to be honest.
I thought it was, I had a fun time. And they're like, what else? I was like, Misha. They're like, right on. It was great.
Yeah.
It was all stuff from the 90s.
Well, it was a fun night, but now I feel like dog shit.
Yeah, you woke up this morning and we went in the hotel lobby. I was kind of humming songs from last night and you were like, oh God, I'm dead. I was fine.
See, I drink high quality alcohol in small amounts, but you drink low quality alcohol in voluminous amounts.
Are you pissing on Suntory whiskey?
Suntory whiskey and highballs.
Anyway, we did have sake, Nihonshu, which is what we were doing the thing on.
Yes.
And at the first place.
Yeah, and you didn't lose your mind, so that's good.
Because I only had one.
Yeah. That's good.
Just don't make fun of me. Anyway, continue.
All right, why Japan has so many never travelers is the next piece of news we have here. So a surprisingly large number of Japanese say that travel is no longer a priority for them. A survey done last year by global intelligence company Morning Consult. That sounds trustworthy.
That's the part that you want to pick on.
Yeah. 35% of Japanese respondents said they were unwilling to travel again, the highest number of any country. So basically, Japanese people don't travel abroad. And I wonder why. It says here, but I can't be bothered to read it.
The reasons are they think it takes too long, they don't have the time, and it's expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think money's the main issue, isn't it? And then
it is now for sure.
Also, the kind of, I don't know. It seems like a pain in the arse, I guess, to go abroad.
So in the 90s, when Japan was a bubble economy, Vegas retooled itself to welcome scores and scores of Japanese tourists.
Yeah.
And like that's why they had the stereotypical image of like having brought like high tech cameras from Japan and taking photos everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the bubble crashed, and then Vegas didn't have like a flavor of like an Asian country that was like coming in mass until the Chinese economy started taking off. And then the whole world was just accepting Chinese tourists all over the place. But anyway, since that time, the Japanese foreign bound tourist industry just never rebounded.
Yeah.
So
I mean, people go to Hawaii and stuff like that a lot.
But is Hawaii actually a foreign country? It's basically a little Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, they have menus in Japanese.
Right.
I mean, it's like...
Well, it's weird, isn't it? I think it's just a lack of worldliness, really, isn't it?
Well, there's that. And there's also like, they don't have confidence in speaking English. You go to Europe, you're obviously going to get pickpocketed, right?
Right.
I mean, that's 100% true, right?
No, not if you're an idiot, yeah.
You're an idiot.
If you get pickpocketed in Europe, it's your own fault most of the time, right?
It's your own fault. I had to retool myself when I went back to Vegas last year. I was like, because I was just wearing my backpack on my back with my wallet in the front pocket.
Right.
And I was like, oh wait, people are bad here. And like put my back in front like I'm pregnant.
Well, I had to lock my car and stuff like that, which I don't do usually. So if you want to get in my car, feel free. It's just
have yourself a sleep.
Yeah, have a nap.
Have a nap.
Might get a ride somewhere. Who knows?
Might get a ride somewhere. It might be fun. YouTuber turned lawmaker ordered to apologize for not attending diet. So basically, this guy, they made this. You know how in Europe they had like the what was it, the Pirate Bay party? Yeah. The political party. In Japan, they have the NHK party, which is like their thing is they don't want to pay the NHK is the BBC of Japan, and they require you to pay every month for if you have a TV, regardless if you want to or not. It's like forced payments. This has pissed off people so much they made a small little political party called the NHK party, and their whole thing is to get enough votes to stop NHK's ability to do that.
Ridiculous.
And so this famous YouTuber who lives in, I think somewhere in the Middle East.
Isn't it the Philippines or something?
Can you look for that, Josh, while I read the story? So he lives somewhere, not in Japan. He got elected. He got elected to the House of Councilors, and he is a single issue party, so blah, blah, blah. He has been living in the United Arab Emirates, there he goes, the UAE, since before the upper house election in 2022, in which he won his seat. He claims that he may be arrested if he returns to Japan over allegations of fraud, so he's not coming back to Japan. So he's serving on the diet, but he's not actually here, and he doesn't attend any meetings, and he's apologized. That's him. And he's just like, sorry, guys.
That's great. And he's getting paid for this.
Yeah, he's getting paid for this.
Sweet.
How does this work? Like, how are there not like rules and stipulations that would prevent this from happening?
So he was so against paying the NHK fee that he did all this, and now he's getting paid for doing nothing. It's amazing. The irony.
Go to your stories, my friend.
Okay, we got something that's news-like. So Japan vows
news-like.
Well, it's real news, this one. Keep supporting Ukraine 1 year on from Russian invasion.
I was watching it on the news yesterday.
So what is Japan doing for Ukraine? Let's have a look. Maintaining sanctions against Russia and working with the international community, including the G7, apparently.
Well, what they're doing is they're giving cash benefits, and they're also, I mean, it doesn't say this in the article, but they're also providing logistics support. Yeah, you know, because like, hello, they host American bases. Americans are giving the Ukrainians weapons. So I mean, they're doing.
It says $5.5 billion in financial assistance here as well.
You know, your country just paid off its loan to America like a couple of years ago for World War II.
Yay! Did we?
Yeah. It was like 2017 or something like that. Like, you guys finally paid it off.
Good. Thanks for helping out.
Well, you know, you're welcome.
Yeah.
It was actually the Russians really that won that war. I mean, no one talks about it.
Yeah, I know, because the Germans all froze to death trying to attack them.
Yeah, so. Don't ever go after the Russians. It's never a winning strat. Can you, I mean, on their turf, you know, get them out of your country if they come in, for sure.
They're crap at invading
just don't go past the border. Leave them there, you know.
Right, so I've got Japan Airlines serves a banana as a vegan meal, which to me, actually, I think that's fair enough.
I was on a plane after 9/11, and like everybody was really tense because like it was right after 9/11. It was on a plane, and one of the CAs comes on the announcement to try to like get everybody to just kind of smile, and she says, "I've been told that I say this word funny," because she's British. And she says banana, and everybody just started laughing.
Banana, that's right.
So every time I hear a British person say banana, it takes me back to like, I don't know, December 9/11. After 9/11, 2001.
Oh my God. So a business class as well. Passenger flying JAL or Japan Airlines has recounted their surprise after being served a vegan breakfast consisting of a single banana and nothing else.
Single banana.
Banana. It was even served with cutlery and a pair of chopsticks. That's hilarious. Well, you know, business class, you should probably get something a bit better. If you're in peasant class, I suppose it's
peasant class. So I researched this a little bit. Okay, so this was a salacious story, so I couldn't believe it. So I looked it up, and what it was, guys, is that this flight didn't have a breakfast. It had a lunch, but didn't have a breakfast.
Yeah.
And so was it JAL? JAL has a thing where you can request snacks
Yeah,
anytime, especially if you're in business class. But the snacks that they have aren't vegan.
Yeah.
The meals that they have are vegan if you request it in advance. But the snacks that they have are like ramen and stuff like that all have dashi in them.
Yeah.
So they're not vegan. And so the probably trying to do their best staff said, oh, the only thing that we have is a banana.
Right.
Not a banana, but a banana.
A banana.
And didn't know what to do. So they tried to do like that omotenashi service. And so they gave them like cutlery.
Cutlery with a banana.
It was just like, we don't know what to do. But come on, it's kind
of cute, I suppose.
You can't blame the airline.
I mean, I fly Anna anyway, so I've no idea what goes in JAL. It's like the dark side of the airport, right? You go to Haneda, and then there's the other side that you don't know about that's not your preferred airline.
Yeah, that's because I always do Skymark or ANA. I never do JAL.
So I went into JAL's side recently because I had to fly to some obscure place that Anna doesn't go to. And it was like the mirror dimension or something. When I got to Haneda, it was like shops I didn't recognize and like a layout that was foreign to me. It was so weird.
Haneda is the best airport in Japan. I love that airport.
Oh, I've spent so much time there.
It's such a great airport. It's so well designed. It's so convenient. It's not Narita. That's basically my best part, is it's not Narita.
But sometimes I go from Anna all the way over to JAL just to get something at one of the shops over there because they've got different selection.
They do have good shops in Haneda. Anyway, here we go. Last story. New Pikachu character coming to Pokemon Enemy series after Ash's retirement. So this is, they tried their best with this, guys. They were like, okay, so Ash is gone, so we need someone to like, it's like when Star Trek, The Next Generation, like gave Worf to DS9.
Did that happen?
Yeah, they're like, take O'Brien, the guy that no one remembers from TNG, and Worf to DS9. And so like the fans went over there.
Right.
It's like when Barkley was like in a Voyager episode. It's like put the TNG cast over in the other not as popular shows.
Spin-off.
Yeah. So anyway, so they were like, they got these new characters. I forgot their name because they're super forgettable. Liko and Roy, my father's name.
Roy.
But anyway, they look weird as shit. We've shown them on the show before, but like anyway, so they're getting a new friend, and it's Pikachu, but not normal Pikachu.
What kind of Pikachu?
It's Captain Pikachu.
Captain Pikachu.
So that's the new characters, right? And then they have.
Is he like an old guy who's got a good face care
there he
regime?
is. There he is, Captain Pikachu. And
so it's just Pikachu with a hat on.
I really don't have any information about this because it hasn't debuted yet. But like Captain Pikachu literally just looks like Pikachu with a fucking captain's hat on. That's it. Oh my god!
Can't they just stop Pokemon now? I'm sick of it.
No, it's a cash cow.
Oh yeah.
You know what I really want them to stop? Picard, that new series on Amazon or wherever it is.
I've not watched it.
God, it's horrible. It's like, don't destroy my favorite characters from my childhood, and they're just like shitting all over it.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, so Captain Pikachu, that's the thing. Josh, you like Pokemon. What do you think about Captain Pikachu?
I don't like Pokemon anymore.
What does that mean? Are you trying to be all like adult now
Being
or something?
coy now.
No, like I don't do anything Pokemon. I don't know why you think I like Pokemon.
I don't have this image that you're a Pokemon kid. I don't know.
I was. When I
can't
was a kid.
imagine catching all the animals, whatever it is.
It's the 30th anniversary or the 25th anniversary or something like that of Pokemon. It came out in like I think 25 years ago.
Is it that old?
Yeah,
Probably because I was in elementary school when it came out.
You have typey fingers. You could look this up faster than me. I'll look it up. Pokemon age. 27 years.
Wow.
So 27 years ago. And it's like, I think it's this month or something like that.
It's not Nintendo, it's Pokemon Company or something, isn't it? They made a different company for it.
Yeah, but it was originally Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Yeah, man, if you ever had a good idea, it was fucking Pokemon in Japan. Jesus Christ, it's all over the place. It's still going.
Yeah.
Anyway, you need to go be a Jigenyu guy.
Yeah, I'm terribly hungover now. So
you haven't said anything salacious today. We don't have like a.
I can't do it all the time. I need some kind of.
Can't be the heavy lifter all the time.
I need to have some kind of less addled mind.
Well. Let's. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that I could say, but nothing.
You don't actually need to.
Is coming.
You don't need to. I made a supercut last year of Natsuki's genius comments.
Right. Okay.
And that was everybody's like, don't make fun of. I'm like, I'm not making fun of Natsuki. I love Natsuki, but I was also making fun.
What
of
did
her.
she send me this morning? Something that was,
She sent you were on TV, so
Yeah.
she sent a photo of her television of you on her television.
That's right. Yeah.
And then she sent a photo of this other woman who isn't. Let's say that
Being careful.
her star rating is questionable, dubious.
What in
dubious
in what category?
visuals?
Visuals.
I don't know how else to say that. And she goes, "Is this your wife?"
I know.
Like,
I think she's got fucking cataracts or something. I don't know what's going on.
and she's like, "Oh wait, this isn't your wife. My bad." It's like, what is wrong with you, Natsuki?
I just worry about that woman sometimes.
I worry about her kids because like she's a mom, man. She's got kids.
I know, but
You know, when she's business, when she's talking work, she's fucking good.
is she?
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's like like this different person comes out.
Right.
Mirror Universe Natsuki comes out.
Mirror Universe Natsuki.
She just does all the business and then goes back to regular old Natsuki that we know and love. She mailed me out of the blue like 2 days ago. She's like, I can't do small talk this week. I was like, I didn't ask you to do small talk this week. I was like, why are you preemptively telling me that? Because I want to do it next week. And she's like, okay, I'll do it next week. I was like, okay, cool. Anyway, that's been our show today, guys.
Okay.
If you need links to any of the articles, they're in the video description. If you want to be a patron, check us out on the link below. And yeah, that's been our show. Oh, comment if you live in Japan, because a lot of our people. Oh, you met fans of us in Tokyo. Well,
Fan, yeah.
and she's like, "Hey, I love the show."
Yes.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's happened to me more than once in Tokyo, which is surprising.
Shout out to that person that I don't want to single her out. I don't want to single her out, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Happy coincidence.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
all right.
if you ever see me bundering around Tokyo, just say hello.
Yeah, just say, "Hey, I saw you on that show."
And I'll go, who the hell are you?
Anyway, that's been our show today, guys. Yeah, if you leave us a comment, engage with us, subscribe. It really helps us out. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm being an adult. What can I say?